Welcome to the University of Tennessee Extension session on Marketing CutFlowers. My name is Rachel Painter, and I get to serve as an Extension Specialist in Value-Added Agricultural Marketing. In this video, I will give you an introduction to analyzing the cut flower market in your area and identifying your target customers. Before we dive into that topic today, I want to share a little bit about the Center for Profitable Agriculture and UT Extension. At the center, we assist producers statewide in evaluating, planning, and developing their value-added enterprises. You can find out more about what we offer, including educational programs, tools, and direct consultations by visiting cpa.tennessee.edu. I also want to encourage you to contact your local extension agent in your county. Here in Tennessee, we have an extension agent in all 95 counties, and they are ready to assist you with education about production and management of your operation. You can find your local agent at utianews.tennessee.edu. And on the screen here, you can see just some examples of the programs that we offer in the agricultural and natural resources area. As we dive deeper into analyzing the market and understanding your target customer, there are some documents that can help you with this topic and the processes of writing a marketing plan. In the description of this video, there's some links here to these documents for you. On the left, we have the Business Planning Marketing Plan publication through the Department of Agricultural and Resource Economics. You can also just simply search for this publication using the publication number in the upper right-hand corner there on your screen, D197-C. And this is part of a series on writing a business plan. So there's one on a business description, there's one on a financial plan, and then the overall document, document A in that series, is how to pull all of that together to write a business plan. So again, you can find that link in the description of this video and online as well on the UT Extension publication page. The one on the right here is a worksheet that you can use in tandem with that publication series. And this is meant to be just some areas for you to write down some notes as you try to begin writing your marketing plan. So these boxes here on the screen, there's a front and a back to that publication there. And this is CPA info number 424. You can find that on the CPA website, or again, the link in this description of this video. And that can help you again as you write your marketing mix for your marketing plan. So what is marketing? A lot of people think that it's just promotion, but that is only one part of marketing. Marketing is planning and executing a set of objectives to bring a buyer and seller together so that a sale can take place. So that is all of the planning and strategies in place to actually make money change hands or to make that sale take place. The first step in writing a marketing plan is to start with a market analysis. You need to have a full understanding of the market itself before you try to figure out how you can fill a space in that market. So a market analysis is the activity of gathering information about conditions that affect a marketplace. So how would you do that? First, you would try to understand the supply and the demand of the product or service that you were trying to offer. So whenever you were trying to develop marketing strategies, you would want to know who is your competition, what is already out there, and what is the current supply and demand for that product or service, and what are trends. To do so, you would want to gain an understanding on a national or a global level for your product or service. So here for CutFlowers, here are some resources that you can find for more information about that global or national supply and demand of CutFlowers. So again, we're looking at where are our flowers currently coming from, where are florists purchasing their flowers, and where are end consumers of those flowers purchasing their flowers from, physically, where are they being grown, and who is supplying them. We might also want to consider what items are shipping well from out of the country, or what items may not ship well. Which ones could we fill a gap in that market currently in our area? So is there a flower also that could be grown in our climate a little bit better? And maybe we could substitute that for something that looks similar. Again, how can you evaluate what is already out there and what you could do to fill any gaps in the market? Or what areas are there not gaps at all? Maybe there isn't really a need for cut flowers in your area. Maybe the market is already saturated. Or again, how is it not? So what product or service could you bring to this market to fill any of those gaps? So, of course, after you find a global and a national understanding of the market, you would want to look even more locally. So, you would want to identify the market segments that are already captured. Again, who are your competitors in your local area and who is offering complementary products as well. So, typically, purchasers are looking at local farmers markets for cut flowers. They might be going to retail stores that have other farm products, or they might be going to a florist. So your customers are looking at all of those local places for cut flowers, and that is where you could find your competition as well. You can also search online for your competition and understanding what is already happening in the cut flower market in your area. So, of course, you can visit the Pick Tennessee Products website that is managed by the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. You can simply search on social media for other cut flower producers in your area. And then, of course, good old Google. So you can search for your city. You can simply type in cut flowers. You can type in other products that maybe would come up in a Google search for cut flowers in your area. So try to think just like your customer would. What keywords are they searching for on Google if they're interested in cut flowers? Type those in and see what comes up. So you would want to develop a competitor analysis. Now, when we are analyzing our competition, we want to consider a few different things. First, we want to consider what products or services are they offering, and how are those either similar or different from what we plan to offer? How many different price points are they meeting? Do they have, a bouquet that is $30, or do they have three different price points? And we want to make note of that and try to figure out why they're doing so. We also want to consider how many employees they have or how large their company or business is. So are they very large and they have multiple employees and they're cranking out a lot of bouquets and wreaths and dried flowers and a lot of different products? Or is this a one-man show and they have one person running everything, growing the flowers, putting the bouquets together, taking them to a market or a store? We need to consider what is the size and scope of their business. And even further than that, how far are they reaching customers? So what is the geographical area that they are serving already? And does that overlap with yours completely? Or are you looking to find customers on the outskirts of their geographical reach? We also want to consider what are their primary market channels. So are they mostly selling wholesale, or are they mostly selling direct to consumer? And within those two options, wholesale and direct to consumer, how are they actually going about that? What different market channels are they using? So are they selling at farmers markets primarily? Are they selling on the farm? Are people visiting their farm? Are they doing U-Pick? So there's a lot of different options there, of course, and we want to make sure that we make note of all of the different ways that they're selling their products and services. Now, I know that might sound a little bit intimidating at first to consider all of those different things of your competition, but you truly want to gain an understanding of what is already out there, and then you want to gain a better understanding of who your target customer is as well. So we're looking at our competition, and then we're also looking at our customers. We want to understand who our target customers are, where they physically are, and where they're searching online. We want to understand what they need. So what is the need that they have that we might be able to fill? Is that simply just cut flower bouquets every 2 weeks? Are they looking for very large bouquets? Are they a designer and they're looking for setting up large parties and events, so they need a large volume of flowers? Or are they simply looking for dried flowers because they want these to last forever? And then again, what do they value? So when we're thinking about what they value, do they value local and supporting local communities? Do they value having opportunities to experience flowers with children or grandchildren? Are they looking to support sustainability and shorter supply chain? So what do those customers truly value at the end of the day, and how can we make sure that we're matching up what we're sharing with them about ourselves and our business to what they care about? And then how do we communicate with them? So what communication channels are they already on and looking to communicate with you through? So are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook? Are they looking on Google? Are they trying to find you at the local farmers market and they already follow the farmers market online? Are they looking for phone call or text or email? And again, how can you start that communication with them and how can you continue that communication with them long term? When we try to figure out who our target customers are, we are doing so because everyone is not our target audience. We have limited efforts, we have limited time and money to market. So we have to narrow down who our customers are so that we can effectively market our products and services to them. So we want to be very efficient with our marketing time and money. So again, we need to narrow down who are our target customers so that we can reach them. So we want to look at where are we going to reach them geographically? Where do they live and work? Are they mostly in a rural environment or maybe they're in the suburbs of a large city? What is the population density and growth rate? Are you in an area where there are a lot of people moving there every day, or maybe they're moving to a certain area of town? And we really need to understand this because typically urban areas are going to be a little bit better about purchasing a luxury item like cut flowers. Who are our target customers when it comes to their psychographics? So this simply means what values and interests do they have and what is their lifestyle like? Are they someone that goes and works out every day at the gym and then they go and have a smoothie and then they go do something with friends? Or are they someone that has a very rigorous work schedule and they're looking for something that is simple and quick and easy to pick up? Are they looking for something to do on a Saturday morning with their friends or their kids? Or are they already at the ball field because that is their lifestyle? They are a soccer mom or a baseball mom. What motivates them to purchase products? So are they purchasing cut flowers because they want something pretty to sit on their table and it's for them and this is self-care? Or are they purchasing products for someone else? Are they purchasing your cut flower products because they simply like cut flowers and they bring them joy? Or are they trying to do something else with those cut flowers? Are they trying to make another product from them? Are they trying to design something for an event? So again, what is motivating them to purchase those products and how can you meet them in their lifestyle? What are their purchasing behaviors like as well? So what are other products that they are already purchasing? Now this is very important because you can look at what products they're already purchasing and how those brands are sharing with that customer. How is that brand already reaching that customer? How frequently do they purchase other products? Are they coming to shop at the farmer's market every 2 weeks? Are they going to the grocery store every 2 weeks? Are they going and purchasing cut flowers on a regular basis? Are they purchasing large bulk orders? And then how sensitive are they to price changes? If this is someone with a high disposable income and they are willing to pay pretty much whatever you price your cut flowers at, then they are not sensitive to price changes. They're willing to pay whatever it takes because they want them and they can. If they don't have as much disposable income or they really don't actually want cut flowers that much, then they might be pretty sensitive to price changes. So if you were to increase your price by even $2 or $3 to $5, they might not make that purchase anymore. And how brand loyal are they? So if you do make that price change, are they going to switch to someone else to find their cut flowers pretty quickly? Or are they loyal to you to a certain point? So we want to understand how to build trust with our target customers and how we can build that loyalty so that they stick with us through the ups and downs. And then how and where do they purchase? So again, are they going to the farmer's market? Are they going to a local grocery store that has local farm products in it? Are they going to a local retail store like a boutique and they're already there all the time and so they're willing to buy cut flowers there? Or maybe even some restaurant and they like to frequent there and they like to see cut flowers on the table? Or are they going online to purchase from you? Do they like to go online and click, and here it comes delivered with a delivery fee? Or do they like to go and purchase online for a subscription service and they know that they're going to be able to pick these up in advance? So again, how are they purchasing? How do they make those purchasing decisions? and how can you try to meet them where they are with their purchasing behaviors, because it can be pretty hard to change someone's purchasing behaviors. So again, how can you influence that? So when we're trying to figure out all of these things, we want to gather as much information as possible that influence their buying behaviors. We want to find out as much as possible about our customers. We're trying to group our customers together into different subgroups. This isn't actual individual people. These are people that have similar purchasing behaviors and decisions and values. So some kind of changes that might factor into these influencing decisions could simply be generational. So you can see here there's some information about the different generations and what their buying behaviors can look like overall. So just for example, here we can see that millennials are mobile dependent, just like Gen Z, and they respond to straightforward messaging. They often like to shop online, and they like consumer generated content in Gen Z. So that means that they would be heavily influenced by an online influencer or by people tagging you on social media so that they can see similarly to reviews. So they also like to shop at social events for Gen Z. So that means if you could try to incorporate your flowers into an event or an experience, then they would be heavily influenced to buy CutFlowers at that opportunity versus just coming to you individually. Millennials are also heavily influenced by influencers as well. So again, if you are trying to mostly reach millennials and Gen Z, online tagging and influencers would probably be a great idea in order to reach that certain generation. When we're looking at Gen X, they want proof of performance. So they want to hear that your flowers are going to last 2 weeks on their kitchen counter. And then once it happens, then they're more willing to come back and purchase again. Or if there's someone else that can, tell them that these flowers lasted 2 weeks, or if you yourself have a bouquet sitting there that is already 2 weeks old, and you can show them this was put into this vase or jar 2 weeks ago, and this is how good it still looks. And this is why, because this was not shipped from overseas, and I picked it right before I put in this jar. I picked your flowers sitting here that you can purchase this morning. So again, they can see that that is a proof of performance. And then baby boomers prefer brick and mortar stores. So again, you might not have a brick and mortar place that you can go to, but they expect high customer service. They expect it to always be open, and they expect to be able to come in and talk to a real person. And they're oftentimes looking for a value. So they might be looking for, buy two, get one free, or if you buy 5 bouquets, you get a punch card and you get your last one half off or something like that. So they're looking for a value in some way. And they're looking for, again, loyalty. So they want to come back again and again. So if you can impress them the first time, they are highly likely to come back. So again, why are we looking at all of these segments of the market? So that we can develop our customer profiles. So we want to develop a customer profile from these different market segments of people that have similar traits and characteristics so that we can effectively market to them, to those different customer profiles. So for CutFlowers, we might have a target customer profile of dinks, double income, no kids. So this typically means that they have higher disposable income because they have double income and they are not spending it on children. That doesn't mean that they aren't spending it on their nieces and nephews and all of those things, their pets, for instance, but it typically means that they have a higher average household income. So here, for example, you can find that they have an average household income of $138,000 versus $103,000 for non-dinks. This is meaning that they're rarely price sensitive. So again, that means that they are willing to pay more for something If the price goes up, then that doesn't really affect their purchasing decision. This means that they're willing to try new things as well. So they are willing to experience something new. They're willing to pay for a new experience or something that they've never had before and test that out and see how it goes. So they are a great customer for CutFlowers, again, because CutFlowers are a luxury item. You're not trying to typically eat them, even though there are some edible ones. But typically, you're purchasing something that you just simply get to enjoy. So, again, this is a great audience, a target customer profile for CutFlowers, typically. But they are also time poor during the workday. So, again, because they have a double income, that means that they have two jobs. So, they're seeking leisure and social events after work hours or on the weekends. So, if you are trying to target your marketing efforts towards dinks, you would be looking at spending time after work hours or on the weekends to come into contact with them and sell them your products. They are also looking things up digitally, so they're commonly on social media platforms or Google searching for how they can find things to do, activities, or how to come into contact with you and when they can reach you. So this means it's really important to put your contact information on there, be available to answer questions through direct messaging, or to put where you're going to be and when clearly in your bio section. Another target customer profile is a college student or a recent graduate. They are heavily influenced by and influence who they can trust. So building trust with them is very important. And you also want to build trust with who they are influenced by. So they are heavily influenced by their parents' buying decisions or their parents' input. So you truly want to gain the trust and develop a relationship with their parents as well as their friends. They are also influenced heavily by social media influencers. 1 in 4 Gen Z women say that they are influenced by social media influencers. And they get the bulk of their news from social media as well. So, again, how can we reach them? Number one, social media, first and foremost, and then also including those influencers or just making ourselves somewhat of an influencer and making sure that they can see our face and learn how to trust us. So, facial recognition, making sure that you're showing a face and increasing social presence online is very important for building trust online, especially with Gen Z. Because they value authenticity and transparency first and foremost. They also value sustainability, environmentally friendly purchasing options, social causes, and self-care products. Now, if that doesn't sound like CutFlowers, I don't know what does. So whenever you're sharing about your CutFlower operation, you need to be sure to share about how your products are more sustainable. They may be purchasing from overseas. You are shortening the supply chain, saving the environment because of that shortened supply chain, not putting as many emissions into the air. There's less road traffic because your flowers are coming from nearby. You're supporting your local community. And if you support any social causes, maybe you sell a certain percentage of your bouquet sales goes back to support a social cause in your city or your town. If you volunteer for any organizations in your city or town, be sure to share that as well, because they want to support someone that supports things that they care about as well. And then again, CutFlowers are a great way to promote self-care because you can, of course, increase, your mood, boost your mood, and it's just something that people purchase because they want to. So again, how can you share about self-care with flowers? Look up all kinds of different studies about how flowers boost your mood and make people happy. There's tons out there. There's one from Harvard, and that is a great way to share with your Gen Z customers specifically about how you can promote self-care, sustainability, social causes, and be authentic and transparent with them at the same time. They are, however, highly price sensitive. So if you set your price, try to stick to it as much as possible, because if they see the prices increase, they're going to want to know why. They are also responsive to discounts as well. So promotions, especially when they're personalized. So if you can do email or text marketing and it has their name at the top, they're going to feel really special. If you can have a discount whenever they have purchased so many bouquets or items from you, if they come to an event on your farm and then they get a discount to the next event because they came to this one. Again, how can you try to think about returning that customer to your operation to make another sale, but building that relationship with them specifically? Another target customer profile could be a millennial mom with young kids. Millennial women and moms value trusting a brand and a product, and they really want to know your origin story before they will endorse or share about your brand. So that simply means that you need to be sharing about how you got interested in CutFlowers, how you started your operation, a little bit about your background, and make sure that that is shared often on your social media platforms and on your website. So make sure it is very easy to find out your origin story. They are going to build trust by reading that origin story. They're going to want to support your cause, your brand, because they feel like they know you at that point. And then they are much more willing to share and tag you after knowing that. So again, share your origin story, especially for millennial moms. And then they also put a high value on recommendations from people that they know personally. So if you have any current millennial mom customers, make sure you're asking them to share about you. So give them a discount or just simply ask. You don't even have to give them a discount. Just simply ask them to share about your operation with their friends. It simply comes down to that specific ask. Hey, can you please share about me? Tag me on social media. If you're using those flowers for a certain event, maybe you ask them, hey, I would love to see that. Can you please tag me so I can see it? And typically they will. Again, 70% seek out in-person word of mouth recommendations, typically from their friends, people that they trust. So that important ask is very important for your operation for millennial moms. And they also highly value ratings. So ask for ratings, ask all of your current loyal customers to go and rate you online. You can rate on Google, you can rate on Facebook. So that's an easy way to win over that target customer of millennial moms. Millennial moms are also price conscious and multitasking when they're shopping. So it needs to be very quick and easy to make a decision when they are shopping. So typically that's because they're trying to wrangle their kids together. They're shopping around and they have, maybe a kid in a stroller and they have their hands full. So try to make it as easy as possible to get the flowers. How are they going to get them home? They can't hold them the entire time. So they need a way to put them in the cup holder. They need to make it as easy as possible to make that decision. So they're seeking out information either ahead of time or they don't want to really make a decision when they're there. So that simply means that they are typically looking for just one price point. They don't want to have to differentiate between different price options. And again, they are trying to look for something that is simply quick. So if you can walk up to your stand, if they can walk up to your flowers in a retail store, and this is the bouquet and it's beautiful and they're all the same, and they can pick that up and they can take it and put it on their kitchen counter later, and it's beautiful, they didn't have to do anything to it, that is what they are looking for. They are not a one-stop shopper. Some other generations are, but they do not limit themselves to one-stop shopping. What does that mean? They're willing to go to the farmer's market, and then they're willing to go to another store, and then they're willing to go somewhere else on another day. So sometimes the shopping is the experience or the way to maybe get out of the house or go meet up with another mom to do something, and they really value becoming a regular. So that might be even more important for when you have an experience, so an on-farm experience, but they like for you to know their name, they like for you to know their kids' names, and they really want to make sure that they're building a relationship with you. So again, if you are trying to reach this target audience, try to learn people's names, or at least make sure that you recognize their face and wave at them and make them feel seen and important, and that you know and recognize that they are choosing to come back. They really need, of course, close parking, restrooms, an even ground for strollers, or a little kid that may be new to walking around. And so they're looking for how they can make sure that they have the best experience possible. They know where the restrooms are, they know they can get to them, they know that there's going to be parking, and they're going to be looking up this information ahead of time. So make sure you have an FAQs page, or you often share about on social media, where is parking, where are restrooms, this is what the restroom looks like, this is what's included. If you have an on-farm experience, is there bug spray, is there a bathroom, is there something like that for them already there to make them have a good experience? And sharing that can be very important. So again, share that often, and they are going to be much more happier to come and visit you, knowing what to expect ahead of time. Let's look at the last target customer profile that you might have. And I'm not saying that these are your only target customer profiles that you would build, and yours might not even be these that we have been looking at so far. But these are just some examples that you could start to build from. So you might be looking at grandparents. So typically they are the most price conscious of any shopper. They are your bargain hunter. And so if you have multiple price points, they will typically, most always, choose the cheaper one. They are not as price sensitive when they are purchasing for their grandkids, though. So if they are shopping at a farmer's market or a farm to table store and they have a grandkid with them, then if the grandkid is interested in the flowers, then they are willing to spend more on those, or not as price sensitive, because it is for the grandkid, of course. So according to the AARP, grandparents spend $2,562 annually on each grandkid. Now that is a lot. And again, as these are a luxury item, they might not be as willing to purchase them for themselves. But if you have something in order for them to share with their grandkid about the flowers, have them have that experience, then that is how you could try to reach this generation. They do control a lot of the spending power. They have 70% of disposable income in the US and more spending power than any generation. So they're able to spend the money typically, but they're just not going to make such a maybe frivolous or luxury decision for themselves. If they are having a party or an experience at their house, if they're going somewhere for a gift for someone else, then they might be more willing to purchase cut flowers. They are the most likely generation to only shop at one location, though. So you need to be really thinking about, where does this customer already go? So if you were trying to target a grandparent, if that is your target customer, then where are they already shopping for their groceries? It is a great location to put your cut flowers because they're already going there. So they don't like to add another stop onto their routine. They are really interested in having a set routine typically, and they don't like to stray from it. So try to find out where they're already going and how your product could be there. They really value reliability, product quality, and customer service. So if something ever goes wrong, if you can make that right as quickly as possible, then that builds trust and loyalty from them. So I hope that this has been helpful for you to try to understand who your target customers might be. Again, we want to be thinking about all kinds of different demographics and how that might influence their purchasing decisions. So when you look at your target customers, think about your target customers. Who are they? What is their age, gender, ethnicity, education, occupation, income, and family status? So if we can try to start answering those questions and then continue to drill down from there, then we can really build these target customer profiles and focus our promotional efforts on those that we can be most effective with. When we're trying to focus on that customer and who our target customer is, we would want to answer these 4 consumer C questions about our customers. So what benefits are they looking for from our product or service? What are they seeking out? What do they need? What is the cost of that good or service? So what are they willing to pay? What is their opportunity cost that they're giving up by purchasing this? They might not be able to purchase something else, or they might not be able to go somewhere else if it's an experience. How are they looking to communicate with us? So again, where are they finding their information? How can we come into contact with them? And how can we communicate with them about the values that they are seeking? And the convenience. So again, where are they shopping already? Where are they seeking their cut flowers from already? Are they going to the grocery store for cut flowers? Are they going to the farmer's market? Are they going to a retail store? Do they want to come on farm? And how far away are you physically, your location, from that customer? Are they having to drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or even longer? How convenient are you to the interstate and major roads? And again, just how convenient are you to find online as well? You can also check out the other video in this series, Developing a Marketing Mix, to learn more about the consumer C's and producers P's of marketing. I always end my presentations with a challenge. So this challenge for this video is to find 3 other Tennessee cut flower farms and take notes of the products and services that they are offering. So again, that's the beginning of your competitor analysis, and I want you to go ahead and get started on that today. So simply take the charge to find those 3 other Tennessee flower farms that you're going to analyze right here, right now, and try to seek out what they are doing. This month, I want you to explore, if you haven't already, selling products through a different marketing channel than you are already. So if you are already selling cut flowers and maybe you're selling those at the farmer's market, I want you to explore what that would look like if you tried to reach out to a local retail store, whether that be a boutique that's not even selling agricultural items, or maybe it's a store that is selling local fruits and vegetables or things like that, meat, in their store, and you could complement their products. Or that could be reaching out to a wholesaler or a florist client, or maybe someone that hosts events all the time and they might be looking for cut flowers for the table. So again, try to reach out to other marketing channels, try to explore what that can look like if you are ready for that step. If you're not sure if you're ready for that step, you can reach out to us at the Center for Profitable Agriculture. Again, my name is Rachel Painter, and my email and my phone number is there on the screen. Please feel free to reach out to me or your local extension agent at any time. Thank you for watching.